Hello, this is Gabriel Ryan with the 10th installment of the Legend Comics vlog series. I'm in beautiful Japan tonight, just kind of out and about, enjoying the scenery. Today I wanted to cover a little bit of a different topic when it comes to comic books and sequential art and all of that. I wanted to talk about missing out on parts of the medium because of a language barrier. And I think that's actually a really fitting topic with me being in Japan right now, because as far as I'm concerned, like my research and my personal experience being into comics for as long as I've been, is there are 3 languages that you need to know in order to get the maximum experience out of comic books. Those languages are, first and foremost, English. Obviously I'm speaking English right now. The majority of sequential art, I would say, comes out of the United States and Britain to a degree. Superhero comics, independent publishers, that's where the majority that you're gonna get out of your comic book experience. But if you wanted to expand that further, the second most important language to know would be, of course, beautiful Japanese. As any nerd can tell you, manga and anime has such a huge presence, not only in Japanese culture, but in Western culture as well. And even me personally not knowing Japanese that well, I know enough to get by hanging out here in Japan for the couple months that I've been here. I know enough to get by, but I can't read it or speak it fluently in any way. And now I have a couple of favorite manga myself, but the problem is I do not feel that I'm getting the full experience reading manga by not knowing Japanese, by not being able to read the manga in its native tongue. Just through the translation process, I feel like a lot is lost in just the experience of that piece of art. And I mean, that the same is true not just for graphic novels, but also just for literature in general. So that's a personal goal of mine down the road, is to fluently learn Japanese, because I want the most out of my comic book, my graphic novel experience, so that I can experience it to its full degree. This is a passion of mine. So definitely in my language learning down the road to learn Japanese. But I said at the beginning that there are 3 languages that you need to know if you want the full experience out of comic books. And the third one, and one I think a lot of people overlook, is French. You would be surprised the amount of sequential art that comes out of France, specifically in the modern day. Just recently, we had the movie Valerian. What was it called? The movie Valerian and the Lost City, something like that. That was based off of an incredibly talented French comic book creator who goes by the name Moebius, and he is debatably one of the best comic book artists to ever exist. But he also writes comics as well, and some of his work is just the best the medium has to offer. But again, I don't think that you're gonna get the full experience out of his work unless you know French fluently, unless you can experience it as it was originally meant to be experienced. But anyway, those are the big 3 for me, and something that I'm gonna be focusing on a lot in my language learning future. Right now I'm learning Spanish for other reasons outside of comic books, but after that, my goal is to learn French, and then after that, my goal is to learn Japanese, and hopefully come back to beautiful Japan with my full fluency in Japanese, so I can make the most not only out of my manga reading experience, but my Japan experience as well. Well, anyway, that's all I got for today. Make sure to get out there, save the day, be superheroes. This is Gabriel Ryan signing off for Legend Comics.